So we're doing some interesting work this year with our partners at Bonduelle. So one of the things they do is they grow fresh peas. So these are sort of the peas that you would process and freeze and kind of ship around the world. So one of the challenges for them is harvest can be quite tight. So their whole process for their harvest is they're testing these fields whenever they're close to be ready. They're testing them every other day, every day to see, one, are they the right firmness to be harvested? And two, are they big enough? So they're checking the firmness, they're checking how ready they are, and they've got a tight window, so it's really tough to get in there and sort of manage their harvest, get to the right field, the right side while those peas are ready. If they go in too early, they may lose some yield because some of the peas are too small. If they go in too late, the peas are too firm. So the project we're doing with them is taking some different varieties of peas, so some different cultivars, 24 different ones. A few of them are ones that are fairly common here. Some of them are quite haven't been grown here yet, and we're looking at that same thing. So we're looking at, can we expand the harvest window with some of these peas? Which ones are ready early, which ones are ready late, and this might give them some more options on that harvest side later on. So the process for us is it's a plot trial, quite similar to everything else we do here. But then we'll come in, and when the peas look like they're close to being ready, we'll harvest them. And there's a trailer set up, so we thresh everything we throw like the peas, the plants and everything, goes in a big drum, we thresh it out, it pulls out the peas, and that's really what our focus is those peas. So we get those peas, and step one is to sieve them. So we've got a sieve, so we get how many peas are, or the weight of peas, the proportion of peas that are in size A, B, C, D, E. So you kind of want everything in sort of the bigger size, but not too big. Anything that's on the real small size, those peas would be sort of yield potential. So if they're so small that they don't fit in any of the sieves that were provided, that's yield potential that's lost if you harvested today, but you come back in 3 or 4 days, those might be big enough to sort of be retained by the process. So step one is, how many peas are in each different size, so we do the sieve. And then step two is the tenderness piece. So there's a specialized, highly calibrated instrument that pretty much just squishes the peas. So we gather the peas, we put them in this small box and hit the start button, and it squishes them, measures how much tension, how much pressure it takes to squish those peas, and there's sort of an ideal range for them. So on our side of things, we're testing some of them a little bit early. We'll test each plot multiple times. So we'll do a sample, we'll test it early, we'll do a sample, test it when we think it's ready, and then we'll do it maybe a couple of days later again. So we're trying to find, what's the ideal window for each variety, and how wide is that window for each variety, which are ready sooner, which are ready later. And all this information is going to help Bonduelle, give them perhaps some better options for different varieties and harvest management.